here. As I welcome Edward Rainsford, what do you make of the match so far?
Hello, Atta. Very disappointed. Obviously, Jim Corner's batting effort, because as much as the pitch is a bit slow and holding up on the surface, I don't think 86 runs represents the conditions. However, this team have been very good with the ball. They did last night with the ball. And Litton Das and Soumya Shaka. Now, I always judge a pitch after two sides have batted on it.
Fair enough.
And so it's important to see, and you said it in the build-up to this particular innings now, how are Khulna going to bowl? How are they going to use the conditions to benefit themselves? Can they defend 86? It's a tough task. But if you see figures of 4 for 5, goodness gracious, hard. I like this player. I like Litton Das. Stylish, good strike rate. He won't be far away from getting 100 in a T20 game because he's that good. Played 100 matches. I like him too. Left-hander, elegant. Plays his natural game, best of 88, 129 matches.
Yeah, they smashed 90 when they chased that total against Beximco Dhaka the other night. Litton Das got 34 of 30, he got out. Soumya Shaka ended up scoring 44 of 29. So they've had a look at the wicket, but I feel that this is a completely different surface. So it's not going to be easy to go in with that frame of mind. Here we go, Alamin Hussain. Because there will be something in for the bowler. And I also feel, as a skipper, Mahmudullah, he has a slip in place. But can he get a few more in the catching position? You've got to show that, yes, you've got to be a little bit more aggressive as a skipper, especially when you're defending a low total. You can't be defensive. You go and go with a defensive frame of mind, you won't be able to defend 87. I'm not saying even if you're aggressive, you'll go and defend that. But you've got to show that.
I want catches in the cover region, catching cover, catching mid-wicket. Everybody seems to be hanging back except for the slip and the man who is not in a catching position on the far right of your screen, close to that green mat. And that's Saqib Al Hasan. Got to get closer, get in the eye line of the batsman, ask them to drive. Okay, Arthur. Oh my. In the previous innings, that was being skied up in the air and being caught to deep backward square leg. This one in control. Watches the ball right onto the bat. Hits it down, and it's punished.
Yeah, look at the bounce here. It sits up very nicely indeed, and this is one of his favorite shots. For Soumya Shaka, that is bread and butter. That's a nice way to start his innings with a boundary. IPDC boundary. So you've got to be clever in terms of line and length as a bowler. You've got to show that intent that, yes, I'm not going to give you freebies so early in the innings. Once you do that, you just releases the pressure. Remember, they're not defending a very big total here.
Fine legs up in the circle. That means there's a man out in the deep backward square leg. As the camera pans, there you'll see him there in orange. He's walking a little bit to his left. Now, you want to pick up wickets. You've got to get more people in the circle. What a delivery that is.
Have a look at this delivery. And that's the reason why I suggested early on, get few fielders in the catching position, even an extra slip or a gully. He goes down and have a closer look. Beautifully bowled. Grips and then moves away. Lovely delivery.
Yeah, and that doesn't bring the man out at deep backward square into the game. As you rightly say, it brings the catches into the game. So I think he needs to come up and get more people in the circle in catching positions.
Yeah, you're basically protecting the boundary when you're having a fielder in the deep. And we spoke about the skipper being defensive. Still early days, but you've got to show the intent right from the word go. And a strong message across the batting lineup that I'm not going to make it easy for you. Well, there's a gully in place. Onto the legs, easy pickings for Litondas. Both these batsmen are in a very good touch. 7
শেষ হয়ে গেলাম ভাই ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 1020 টাকা দিতে দিতে
দেশের সর্বনিম্ন ক্যাশ আউট চার্জ 1009 টাকা 99 পয়সা এবার সব হবে নগদে
20 টাকার দিন শেষ নগদে বাংলাদেশ
প্রতারক কেটে দিলাম বিকাশের গোপন তথ্য চাইলে কল কেটে দিন
যখনই বকোয়াস তখনই মুখে দিন গোল্ড মার্কেট সুগার কোটেড কুরমুরে বিস্কুট পপস
5 টাকার কুরমুরে পপস সব বকওয়াস বন্ধ
সবচেয়ে বিস্তৃত রবি 4.5G ভিডিও স্টক নেটওয়ার্কে এক্সপেরিয়েন্স করুন 6GB মাত্র 114 টাকার চার্জে রবি
a low total of 86. There's a strong batting lineup. The batting lineup has not yet been tested. Well covered. Nice mask. Boshundara mask. Ready? And that's what everyone is doing, wearing those Boshundara masks. Shakib starts with a short one. That should be a boundary. Lovely touch. He's such a wonderful player to watch. He gets so much time. And you want to see him back as long as possible. That's the second IPDC boundary.
And in the beginning of the first innings for Khulna, when Anmol was batting, he didn't get in a good position such as this. He nearly presented a catching opportunity. But you look at that visual, and that's good control. Even when it comes to defensive shot. Saqib Al Hassan opened the batting, and now he's opening the bowling. Oh, 312 games. Earlier this year, I paid attention to a masterclass by Shane Warne on Rashid Khan and the mentality of T20 bowling. The idea was, and this is what he said, that a lot of teams set defensive fields but bowl attackingly. So you're looking for wickets. So once the batsman feels that he can go after your attacking threat, the field will then come into play because it's slightly defensive. And that was Rashid Khan bowling. So you can almost look at Saqib Al Hassan in the same frame of mind because he's a fantastic cricketer.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. And these are the things that the bowlers need to realize, especially the skipper. I think the slip fielder is a little bit finer also. He's just taking his time now, having a good look at what the surface is offering to the batsman. And I like this change because we saw what they did in the last match. Both these batsmen, they went in with the frame of mind where they go and play shots. More defensive. Fair enough. 12 without loss.
বিকাশ অ্যাপে ডাবল বোনাস প্রথমবার অ্যাপে লগইন করলেই
I'm short. Whip, cut away with disdain. You can't do anything to stop that. It's such a flowing shot. But the length is what is really. But you know, Atta, I need to sanitize my hands. Can you help me out?
Absolutely, sir. And it's one of the best in the markets. Organic care, safe and sanitizer. Oh, beautiful. He doesn't learn anything. He just keeps on bowling short pitch delivery. And if you keep on doing that, that's the result you're going to get. He's got to learn it. It's an IPDC boundary off the back foot. Lovely touch, isn't it?
It's just too good. Look at that. Look at the lines.
To learn
Plays
it,
the ball
it's
late,
an
right under his eyes, and
IPDC.
it's just a slight push at the ball. It's all timing. If the ball hits that on the full, you walk away with 50,000 taka, but there's another boundary. IPDC, boundaries are flowing. Classy batting by Litton Das.